Welcome back to Infinite Takes. It is Tuesday, you know what that means. We're back here with another Monday Night Raw review. Just addressing a few things. Last week when I missed the SmackDown, I'm only gonna miss shit like that when it's pay-per-views. Just gonna be honest. I'm just not gonna be able to. Well, not even just because it was pay-per-view, because it was a overseas pay-per-view, and overseas pay-per-view usually start either like they're gonna air in the morning for people that live in America. Just honestly, just me, especially on the East Coast, that should happen like 5 o'clock. So it's like there's no because I usually start like reviewing the Raw around 5. Honestly, like that's or the SmackDowns rather. That's when I do my reviews, like around 5 ish. I start it, and then I probably, as you see, like right as you see, like this is live or something. But it's 8:50 right now, and I'm just getting to the recording, and I probably started like reviewing, rewatching, taking down notes at like 5:30 or something. Like this is the part that nobody really cares about. This is just the behind the scenes stuff, but that's just why I missed that SmackDown. On last week. I don't really review pay per views just because that's not my thing right now. I just kind of want to get these SmackDown's reviews down pack. Want to get my schedule down pack, and yeah, that's kind of just what I'm focused on right now. But let's get right into this Raw. This Raw starts with both Chamber winners Becky Lynch and Drew McIntyre making their way to the ring. I probably said that out of order. It was probably Drew first and then Becky, but it shows both of them making their way to the ring as both of them have just won the. Did I say Rumble? I feel like I said Rumble. Both Chamber winners. They just won it this past Saturday. Show opens with Dominic Mysterio basically introducing Rhea Ripley. You know the Dom stuff. He's getting helly boos, helly boos, bro. Like he can't speak. It's so funny sometimes because, like, he could just say what he wants to say really quickly, as a normal person would, but he has to like drag it out because it's like every time he speaks and he just like brings the microphone to his mouth, he just kind of he like looks around like, really, are y'all really about to like keep booing me? I was like, yes, we're gonna keep booing you. Anyways, Grizzly basically comes out, makes her entrance, gets a big applause by the crowd. She basically says that she walked into her home country as champion, and she walked out still the world champion. Kind of immediately, Becky comes out, like, didn't give her no time to say anything else. Becky basically congratulates her on on beating Nia and retaining the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. And she basically congratulates herself, like, I had a pretty good night too. Funny way to just like glaze yourself right there. It was such a beautiful moment seeing Rhea's family there and just, basking in it and actually being able to see her in her home country defend her Women's World Heavyweight Championship. And he says it's good that they got to see you wrestle there because they won't have to fly to WrestleMania to see you lose. Basically saying she's going to be there at WrestleMania and she doesn't want to put her family through that, basically. She tells Rhea that even though she has been on a great run in recent memory in terms of, women in this company, or in this industry rather, tells Rhea she has been the backbone of this company and through the process become a Grand Slam champion and writing a book because there's nothing that the man can't do, which is it's an okay promo. It's okay. I stopped recording. I don't remember where I left off, but I'm just gonna pick up somewhere where I think I left off. Rhea congratulates Becky on the Elimination Chamber, and she says, "Finally, you could do something to get close to my championship now." And then she says, "Every man thinks they're the backbone of everything, but even behind every great, but with every great man behind him is a greater woman." And and then she says, "But I'm not behind you." About me always being on top. I'm kind of butchering this segment, but that's what that was basically. It was a pretty, good segment, good back and forth. I could have been more. More could have been said. And then Nia comes out of nowhere and just attacks Becky, and then, Adam Pearce security Bunch of officials backstage come and break it up. And Adam Pearce threatens to not fire. Whoa, that was crazy. Threatens to fine Nia Jax. And immediately after, Nia's backstage. She has a backstage interview with probably Jackie Redmond because apparently they only have two women to do interviews, which just hire more women, bro. Anyways, um, yeah, she has an interview. Jackie Redmond, Nia Jax. She says, even though even though Becky won Elimination Chamber, she's like, she still shouldn't get a title shot because I beat her clean months ago. Like, this shit don't make no sense from just wrestling or even anything because they're just erasing. They're either erasing history like The Rock is doing with Cody, or they're just mixing up the timelines. Like, don't get me wrong, nah, you beat Becky maybe like 2 months ago. Granted, you probably got your title shot off of that. Granted, but and you saying even though she won a match that would give her that, you're like, nah, she doesn't deserve. God beat her months ago. Doesn't make sense to me. And she basically says, facing Liv tonight, and she's gonna see the same fate. Which Liv is another story. We'll get to that when we get there. Next match is Sami Zayn versus Nakamura, and this is on paper nothing match, but you know this has more implications. Implications? Is that a word? Whatever. It has more on the line for Sami Zayn than Shinsuke at this point because Sami needs some momentum going into something, bro. He needs something. Sami Zayn reverses King Shasa into Blue Thunder Bomb, which anytime I see that move, fucking love the Blue Thunder Bomb. Needs to be someone's finish. Maybe someone on the. I was gonna say Indies, but I don't watch Indies, so I wouldn't even know if somebody's usually on Indies. Maybe someone on NXT could like use that as a finish. Sami then goes for the haluva kick, then Nakamura reverses it into a knee, and then he hits a Kinshasa for like a 2 count, I think. He then puts Sami on the barricade, and then he hits him with like a diving knee. Pretty good spot. Sami beats the count at 9, comes back in the ring. Nakamura tries to hit a Kinshasa. He reverses it into well, I think he just reverses it just straight up. Then he hits like a haluva kick, like at the back of his fucking head, like a fucking shotgun blast. Then he hits another haluva kick for the win. And Same picks up a very, decisive win. Very good back and forth match. One of my favorite matches of the night. Chelsea Green versus Raquel. Chelsea basically says she would have won that battle royal last week if Adam Pearce didn't put Raquel in the match at the last second, and I am kind of whatever because that match I didn't really care who won that because just once again I complained about last week, no star power, and then Raquel basically comes out for her match with Chelsea Green, and this match is I don't know. I guess they're just trying to like boost up Raquel, get her some momentum for something. Please just go on the tag team, bro. Have a tag team showcase with Liv. This is what happened in this order: a clothesline, two fallaway slimes, Tahana bomb. Match is over. This match had nothing to it, bro. That was it. It's like you could have just cut a decisive promo. I don't know. I don't know what you do in this place of this, but yeah, it didn't do it for me. Sami's backstage interview with, you guessed it, Jackie Redmond. I think I'm always gonna say it's Jackie Redmond from now on. Since that one time I missed it, it's Jackie Redmond all the time. He basically says he needed this win. He don't know what he would have done. He doesn't even want to think about what he would have done if he would have not gotten this win. And he's been thinking about this all week, and it just confirms him what he always knew, that he is a contender and he will be a champion. And then Kaiser and Vinci walk past. Kaiser kind of looks disgusted at him. Vinci kind of just laughs. And then Gunther walks past, looks him up and down, and just walks away. Just look. Well, he looks him up and down, kind of chuckles, and just walks away. So maybe setting up a IC match. I see match. IC title match at Mania. Maybe building towards that. Cody Rhodes is backstage with woman interviewer. Let's just say that it's Jackie Redmond or Kathy Kelly. He said he's waiting for The Rock's rebuttal because he did challenge him to a fight at Elimination Chamber. He announced that I'll fight you anywhere, any place. And then he says he doesn't really understand Grayson's Waller issue with him. He says the times that he has interactions with him, he he brought Jey Uso back to Monday Night Raw. He he not he basically announced The Rock in a fight in his home country, meaning Grayson Waller's home country. He gave him like some big, you could say, ratings boost, I guess. And he's gonna give him another moment here tonight, giving him the main event spot on Monday Night Raw. That was, I don't know. I felt that was a little bit heelish from Cody. I don't know. A little bit. I don't know. Maybe that's just me reading too much into it or looking too much into it rather. For Imperium's promo, Gunther comes out, basically says he is still the IC champ after defeating Jey Uso last week. He said he actually did get lucky, which I like when it's truthful, like it's honest about it. For the first time ever in defending his IC championship, he felt it slipping away. And he said he's not perfect, but he is the closest thing to it. It says for 600 he's been making this the most prestigious title in this company, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the most defended in terms of like defenses and high class defenses. Because he defended it, especially on SmackDown, defended on Raw and SmackDown. Certain pay per views, not all pay per views. It was mainly on Raw and SmackDown's defenses, pay per views, but is high profile matches too. That's the thing too. But he said he's been making that title the most prestigious, and he's looking for a new opponent at WrestleMania. And he's been hearing some names. He said he's been hearing Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, The Miz, and even R-Truth. But when I said R-Truth, I was like, oh my god, is R-Truth about to come out? R-Truth doesn't come out, but Judgment Day does, that was funny because I'm not going to get into that. Judgment Day does come out though. Priest then says Gunther has been on a very dominant run. And then he says Judgment Day has been on a better run though, which is a fucking lie. No, you haven't. Let's not forget. It's just not like it's recency bias with some of these wrestlers I see. Like a lot of recency bias, delusion. A little too much for me, but he says as you see at Elimination Chamber, they ran the table, meaning they accomplished all the stuff, like won all their title matches, which they did. The Rio won, tag team titles won, and they said at WrestleMania they're looking to do the same, and they're looking to add more gold, which was interesting. And he said he basically wants to add the IC title to that. And then Gunther asks, "So which one you guys is gonna be out of, Finn, JD, Dom, Damien?" And then Dom steps up. They have a little interaction. It's just Gunther laughing. Actually, because like Dom, out of all people. And then he kind of pushes him. It's funny because he pushes Dom, but Damien takes offense to it. I didn't understand that. That was a little. This promo was very interesting to me because I didn't like. I kind of do like Dom stepping up to challenging Gunther, but the Damien holding Damien back to I didn't get that. That didn't make sense to me. And then immediately after that, Rhea basically just questions Dom like, kinda, why would you do that? She's like, what was that about? Like, Gunther? Really, Gunther? He's like, I got it. And she's like, you better. And then Finn tells him, oh, you better go smooth that over with Rhea. He says, I will. And he kind of runs to Andrade. And they be like, oh, long time no see, blah, blah. But Dom just seems like he got somewhere to be. And then Andrade basically tells him, I gotta have a match next week. I don't remember if he said who. I just remember him just telling me he has a match next week. And he said, yeah, cool. Good luck. Which kind of just tells me it's gonna be Dom versus Andrade, which I'm guessing that. The funny thing about that match, right? Not that match, but these segments from the moment when Gunther walks past Sami Zayn, and then the Imperium Judgment Day thing, and then Andrade with the Judgment Day kind of. That whole thing is so fucking interesting because it's like, bro, that sets up the IC title in so many different like branches. Just stretches it off in multiple ways. Because obviously you go Gunther, Sami Zayn, Gunther, Damian Priest, Gunther, Finn Balor, Gunther, Dom. Uh, Andrade is added in there, and then you have a Chad Gable who's still looming, and a Miz, and you have all these other things that's all looming into each other. But it's like nothing. They didn't do anything with the tag team titles battle. They didn't do anything to set that up. Nothing, which was like whatever. That kind of pissed me off a little bit. Versus New Day. This was my match of the night. I had a lot of fun watching this. This was once again high pace, high action street fight. I just love street fights, man. Not just street fights. Just no disqualification. I like stipulation matches. A certain time. I think I do like stipulation matches. I don't necessarily like stipulation pay per views because it just oversaturates the stipulation and it makes it feel like nothing to me. Imperium kicks a steel chair into Woods' ribs and takes him out for a portion of that match, especially in that middle half of it. Kofi comes back, hits a big crossbody on the both of them. Woods elbows Vinci through the table. I'm going pretty fast on this. I need to slow down a little bit. Hit the midnight hour on Vinci, but Kaiser ends up pulling the ref out the ring to break up the count. He goes for another midnight hour on Kaiser, but Vinci then pushes Kofi onto the table, like onto the table outside the ring. He goes to the table, he crashes and burns, and then Woods kind of goes for Vinci, who was like just kind of like chilling on the turnbuckle, and he hits him with a steel chair, and then and then Kaiser throws Woods into a chair that was wedged into the turnbuckle, and then kind of rolls him up and Imperium win, which I've been complaining about this for weeks. Imperium needs more wins, especially these two guys, because it's like Gunther's just doing all the winning, and these guys are taking all the losses for like no reason. I'm like, yeah, you need to build these guys, and hopefully this feud is done because they said this feud has been going on for 2 years. Two? I don't remember that, but yeah, we need to end this fucking feud, bro. Another backstage segment with Chad Gable. Chad Gable basically tells Pierce that he wants Gunther at WrestleMania, as I said earlier. Like there's so many people just going after Gunther right now that I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be either I think it's going to be a big match. I think it's going to be a multi person match, like a big one though. But yeah, basically he wants Gable not even for, not really because of the title, but because he made his daughter cry, and that's, you know, I guess prideful. I don't know. That makes it more personal. And then it is Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler versus Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. This match was nothing. I'm not gonna lie, I just moved faster because it was such a standard tag team match with no nothing. Let's just say that we're gonna move on. It's time for your Drew McIntyre promo. The most consistent guy in this company, in my opinion. Pretty good guy, man. He's a pretty good. He does it really well. He said he blew his eardrum out in an elimination chamber, and his doctor was basically telling him that he might not be able to make it to WrestleMania. And he told his doctor, "What do you think? I'm CM Punk." Pretty loud reaction. I like that line. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. He just keeps on he keeps on going in on CM Punk. He even sits down in the middle, like when CM Punk did the pipe bomb. He even does that, which is like temporary reaction to people. I kind of like that. But he basically said, let's get back on track and let's focus on what matters. He calls Seth out. Seth comes out, basically congratulates Drew on winning the Elimination Chamber and making his way back to the world title picture and getting the opportunity to win the world title in front of fans, unlike when he won the WWE Championship in front of no fans. Drew basically he doesn't understand why Seth is involving himself in this bloodline drama when it has nothing to do with him. Basically, he knows how this is gonna end if he does get himself involved in the bloodline. They'll be having a banger match at WrestleMania, and then next thing you know, line will interfere, and now they'll basically cost him that championship match, and they'll basically go out the window because he got himself involved with the bloodline. Seth basically tells Drew that he might be right, but some risks are worth the reward because if he doesn't do this, basically tries to stop the bloodline before WrestleMania, the bloodline are gonna eventually come after that World Heavyweight Championship, and they're gonna want it because the only thing they really want is power. They're greedy. They're gonna want all the gold, all the power, and to get all the power, you're gonna need both championships essentially, like they did have at one point. Yeah, he basically said, "This is why I'm doing this because if I get them out the way now, when it comes down to it, and we could have our match at WrestleMania, we could just let the best man win." And that was the end of the promo. I think that promo was really good and effective. It lets you know why what Seth's case is in this. Drew, it it didn't really serve a purpose for him. I feel like Seth could have did this on his own. He could have just explained this on his own, but I guess you needed a path to get to him explain this on his own. So I kind of get it. I versus Liv Morgan. I call this the losers. The losers fighting. Honestly, because they both lost the Elimination Chamber, and yeah, losers fighting. Liv tried to use a Hurricane Rana on Nia. I don't even know why she tried this. And then Nia kind of reversed it into Samoan drop. It was kind of a cool transition because she kind of caught her legs and then got her power bombed and switched it and Samoan drop. That shit was pretty hard, bro. Nia misses the leg drop on the apron and I'm pretty sure she said my hole again. Ever since 2020 or whenever she originally said that shit, bro. I think she said it at Elimination Chamber. I don't remember, but my hole, bro. Or maybe the crowd chanted my hole. I could be wrong about that. And then they're on the outside. Nia basically Liv tries to do something to Nia. I don't know if it's like a cross body or what, but he tries to do something to her. And then Nia kind of catches her and Simone drops her in the apron, reminiscent of last week when she did that to her. Or somebody she did that to. I forgot if it was even Liv or not. And then Becky comes out of nowhere and attacks Nia. So maybe this sets up maybe a triple threat for no reason. That would be kind of nice. What would be kind of interesting? Oh my god, imagine do a fatal four way. No, I would actually not like that. Even a triple threat, I seen people pitching a triple threat for Liv, Because people think Becky is like getting overput, which is like, come on, bro, this shit is ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous now. Like people think she's overpushed. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Anyways, that was that match. This one was backstage interview with, you guessed it, Jackie Redmond. Maybe it's Kathy Kelly this time. I could be wrong. Um, he basically said it's no surprise that he continues to get the biggest scoops and interviews from these superstars, and he said he's taking offense to Cody Rhodes because he disrespected him in his home country. So he's gonna come to his home and disrespect him in the main event tonight. He says after he beats him in the main event tonight, the Bloodline could come and take the scraps because that boy ain't finishing his story. Which, it was. Anyways, moving on. That was a thing. Becky tells Pierce she wants Nia next week, and Adam Pierce says it's official. So Nia versus Becky next week. It's happening. It's official. And then Liv walks past, very angry, and says, "Everything doesn't mean have to be about you." But it does, though. This is what she doesn't understand. But it does. Like, let's get it. Let's get it correct, right? She was attacked by Nia, so she have a right to? Cause she just wait after the match. Yes, but it's like I don't know, bro. I just don't like this Liv shit. Maybe Liv needs to turn completely heel. Like, just be a heel. They also backstage interview with Jackie Redmond. I know for a fact this is Jackie Redmond. That's this time. I know that for a fact. He says, he was so close to beating Gunther for the IC title last week, but every time he gets so close to accomplishing something or reaching that next level, either someone from his past or his family get in the way of him doing that. Then Drew walks in and basically says, I can relate to what's happening to you, and I could tell you from experience, this is 100% all your fault, and you deserve it. And they like breaking up into a brawl. I think a match was announced for them like next week, most likely. Cody versus Waller. Not gonna lie, there wasn't much to this match. It was a standard ass match, just like, yeah, it wasn't much to it. There was nothing cool to it. Cody basically picks up the win. After the match, Heyman shows up with just guys in black. He said they were like former cops, but whatever. Don't really know why that even mattered. Heyman says he understands how disrespected he may feel to get Will Smith by The Rock, meaning getting slapped by The Rock, but he needs to keep The Rock's name out of his mouth. Then he tells Cody that he needs to withdraw this challenge that he has for The Rock. Then Cody basically said he hasn't trusted The Rock in any media or interviews because, like everybody else, he's a fan of The Rock, but he's not being nice anymore. He's done being a nice guy. And then they kind of surround the ring. The three guys and Heyman kind of just, surround the ring and basically say, Cody basically tells him, if anybody steps foot in this ring, or if anybody takes a foot take a step forward to me, he's gonna lay out everybody in this ring. And he says that everybody except me, right? And he takes a step forward. He says, wrong, and then he just lays out everybody. Hits one with a crossroads. It was a pretty, whatever. I didn't think this really furthered much. Maybe a little bit, but yeah. And then Heyman calls The Rock, calls Roman. Blah blah. That ends the show. That was, Monday Night Raw review. This was a very sloppy review. I kind of just wanted to get it done because, yeah, I was everywhere. That's going to do it for me. Enjoy. like, subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. See you guys next week. Or see you guys Saturday, rather. Peace.